Start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Woke up really late today, don't know if I should die, okay. Had to check in, see if my mind okay. I can climb to the heights, but I fall to the depths. It don't make no sense how I live like a blimp, then I fall to the earth, got my face in the ditch. When I see him in the cinch, I'ma twist it like a wrench. I be feeling really good and then I'm feeling like a bitch. How the fuck I'm meant to create bounce with this? Schwartzy be that one out the box, no thoughts, just rocks and a couple new spots on top. Dreams locked in a backpack, Schwartzy so sick, need a hazmat. Track that, living like a fat cat, feeling like nobody could ever come and match that. Subtract that, I'ma add to the love that I feel till a young nigga find his way past that. Take it all in stride, you can't be me, I would never go high. I still wonder why, homicide on my mind, and thoughts of suicide when I'm creeping through the night. It don't make sense, but it is what it is. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Just before this song, the father saved me from abusive mama's feelings that create the drama. Separate from all my karma. Woke up feeling so departed. Man, you can't kill what's already dead. It's life in me, but I won't hold my breath. These positive thoughts help me balance the death. I walk on that tightrope, I'm close to the edge. They don't ever talk on what be real. Then they wanna act like they got skills. It ain't love and light, man, just say how you feel. Feel immense joy, then I just wanna die. You would probably panic if you step into my mind. It's a deadly war, so can see it in my eyes. And that's why Lil Schwetz never try. I'ma just glide to my time and fly. Protect my peace, keep a peace by my side. Just in case I wanna blow my mind. Can't fuck with this world, everybody's too fried. They the same ones who gon' laugh when you cry. Just stick to yourself and make sure you don't lie. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Schwartzy got some brand new shit to kick. I be lit like Bic and I grow like stick. I'ma light that blunt till a nigga feel sick. I'm a Beyblade, baby, come and let me rip. Tip quick picks and y'all ain't on shit. I'm the #1 pick, they just drafted me. And I still wonder why these bitches mad at me. Probably cause a nigga moving so dastardly. I be in the club posting with a bastards be. Still broke as fuck, asking with a cabbage be. Every day I'm really just trying to master me. Keep your whole away like I got allergies. It's so sad to see open cuts looking like a tragedy. Schwartzy be the one moving magically. You wonder how I got this shit miraculously. Every go I hit with the accuracy. Still in this bitch just spazzing for free. I'ma be me till my breath is released. Better get up off your ass for you're forced to take a seat. Man, I told y'all I could do it. But when I catch you, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya. Lame ass niggas start shit like a bastard. When I get your hard ass bitches, I'ma blast ya.
Whoa. Whoa. All right, let me make sure my fucking shit is tabbed out here. They got me on fucking Shopify ads and shit. Shout out to Zay Quarter in the chat. Fulfillment without labor is a miscarriage and not fulfillment at all. Yeah, that's essentially what we talking about today. So first things first, let's fucking do a little bit of advertising. We had the Shopify ads up on my end, so now y'all gonna hear some fucking ads from me real quick. Number one, go check out that song that y'all just heard. That motherfucker jumping off already. You know what I'm saying? I uploaded that shit in the middle of the night last night. You know what I'm saying? Fucking that shit been jumping off the chain, off the rip. I had a really good time making that shit. Just speaking on some truth and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that song kind of is the segue into this video per se. You know what I'm saying? Like me thinking about the space I was in while making that song is kind of what sparked the idea for this video today. but also just some shit that I was talking about for the first part of the video. Some shit that I was talking about with someone else a few minutes ago. And I also been pondering on this shit for a few days, but I started to express it to people in my environment, and motherfuckers was like, yeah, it is that type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that is how it should be. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. Y'all go bump that new song and shit. It's off the Esoteric Schwetz album and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's called "We Only Fall to Climb," or "We Only Climb to Fall." We climb on. Fuck, what the fuck did I title that shit? Oh, it's already gone. Fuck it. Is what it is. Oh yeah, it's right here. We Only Climb to Fall. Suicide Boys Vices remix. And if y'all haven't heard the original version, go listen to Vices by Suicide Boys. That fucking, I like the beat. I didn't necessarily like the flow per se that they had on that song. Not to disrespect them, it's all love towards them, and I really appreciate them allowing their fucking beat to be used on YouTube. Like, it's a copyright protected thing, but it don't strike your channel or nothing like that. They allow motherfuckers to remake it on YouTube and shit. So fuck it, bitch, we in there. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I feel like I could kill that shit real easily. So I did that. Fucking that song was made in probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours, some shit like that. So you know what I'm saying? We got Grace Ann up in this bitch. She said it's so dope, like for real, not to gas, but yeah. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Glazing to the Mac. No, I'm playing. We ain't about to do you like that. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, so go bump the Esoteric Schwetz album. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those songs are already popping off, but that one is like hitting the most. You know what I'm saying? That shit has the same amount of views as some of the songs I uploaded like a month ago and shit. You know what I'm saying? So aside from that, let's get right into this shit. So the first part of the video is how respect should actually be handled. You know what I'm saying? What I want to speak about today is how a lot of people view respect, and how I see people like correlating respect towards other individuals. You know what I'm saying? I think this has a lot to do with not respecting yourself already, which is why people view this shit in this particular type of manner. But we about to get into that shit. So, how you'll see a lot of people speak about respect and correlate themselves towards respect in life is they will always say this saying, respect is earned, not given. You know what I'm saying? And that is the most backward shit ever, in my opinion. In my opinion, respect should be given to everyone off the rip. Respect should only be taken away from individuals whenever they show you that they are not deserving of your respect. You get what I'm saying? So like people will just be jackasses to people for no reason. And also, I want to say real quick, this probably isn't going to be a very long video. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to kind of speak about my opinion on these things real quick. So we're probably not going to be in here for very long, but still, it's something that's worthy of talking about, and it's something that's worthy of pointing out, because I see a lot of people playing this shit out. Like, people will just be disrespectful to individuals off the rip and make motherfuckers feel like they gotta act in certain ways to garner respect from individuals and shit like that. AKA, you have to be in some type of paradigm or be acting accordingly to some type of fucking societal standard or some dumbass shit like that for you to get respect from individuals. Or you have to have some type of name and title or some type of experience or some shit like that, or you got to hold a position as a manager in some type of job or some dumbass shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that is completely backwards. You individuals who are out here saying and actually acting as if individuals do not deserve your respect off the rip, just off the strength of we're both humans at the moment, and fucking we're mutually in the same environments, and shit, we just need to have mutual respect for each other. Y'all motherfuckers need to get the game right, because that is not that's fucked up. You're gonna fuck up all your connections. Any type of genuine individual who's around you, they're not gonna be in a situation where they're gonna be fucking trying to gain your respect in the first place. You act retarded like that around me, bitch, you ain't gonna be talked to anymore. I'm not gonna be around you anymore. My presence is the gift to you, and you are gonna get that gift stricken straight from your record. You aren't even gonna have no memory of that shit. So fuck you off the rip if you like that. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, that's just some dumb shit. That's just a little opinion for this. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? My opinions be the most prevalent shit in the world anyways. It be overall true for the most part anyways. So, I can't even name and title this shit as an opinion anymore, because fuck, I just keep getting shown like, man, you are living life right. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things might not be together for you at the moment, but you living life right. You in the right type of category. So fuck what anybody else is talking about. But anyways, we're off the respect tip. Let's get into the other piece of the video that we talking about, and let's fucking find out how Schwetzy titled this shit because y'all already know Schwetzy be forgetting. Okay, life isn't about being happy all the time. And this go into the comment that Zay just said. Fulfillment without labor is a miscarriage and not fulfillment at all. Exactly that. So, damn, I couldn't find your live. It wasn't showing anyway. Are you talking about this one or are you talking about like a previous one or some shit? I don't know exactly what you're referring to because you've been kind of commenting for a minute. So I don't was you just saying like before you started commenting you couldn't find it? Yeah, they be doing that. Sometimes my shit just be hidden. Sometimes whenever I pull it up when I'm trying to like find the link to put on my IG and shit, it just don't even be there. And I'm like, what the fuck? So you might just have to refresh your shit a couple times or something and it'll pop up. But yeah, so life isn't about being happy at all. And the first thing that I want to get into is fucking make it very clear. I want to separate from all names and titles, first of all, because that man, the way that motherfuckers play this game of life is fucking retarded. I don't even want to go by any title as far as spirituality. I don't want to go by any name and title as far as fucking community or communion or any type of dumbass shit like that. I'm just me. The individuals that fuck with me, I fuck with, and y'all know the mutual respect is there. Aside from that, fuck you and fuck spirituality. At the end of the day, this is just individuality. And even to a certain degree, that fucking term becomes complicated at a certain point. What it really is just fucking life, bitch. That's really all it is. You know what I'm saying? So we're on life means now. We're not even on spirituality. We're not even on individuality. We're just living life at this point, and it is what the fuck it is. I give a fuck less about a name and title. So anyways, as we were saying, it's not about being happy all the time. So I see a lot of people in the quote unquote spiritual community, especially on the more conscious community side of it. And even so in the subconscious community side of it, I see a lot of individuals be talking about peace and happiness and all this shit all the time. But it's like false flagging essentially. So what a lot of people will, yeah, exactly what Grace Anna just said. Love and light. That fucking retarded shit. Now, what we'll see a lot of people do is try to essentially just make themselves feel better. You know what I mean? And there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but what you're doing is you're just covering up your pain and your trauma with a lot of false happiness and a lot of false peace and shit like that. Because we can sit back in our minds and create thoughts and feelings of peace and enlightenment and happiness and fucking love and all this shit all day that we want to. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you still haven't dealt with the shit that you need to deal with. Like he said, that's fulfillment without labor. You get what I'm saying? So you're always going to be in a situation where you still have to experience high degrees of the suffering that you haven't dealt with yet. You get what I'm saying? And now this is the thing about it as well. It's not so much about eliminating the negative thoughts and feelings that you have. You get what I'm saying? It's not so much about that because this is the thing, especially if you are a person who has a capacity to feel things very deeply. You get what I'm saying? You being able to access very high realms of happiness and very high realms of peace, what the fuck do you think else you're going to have to experience? You get what I'm saying? You're always going to have to experience the other polar shift of it. Even if you're more on an equilibrium balanced state, you know what I'm saying? You're still going to deal with shit. It's not necessarily just always going to be balanced. It's not always going to be happiness and peace and you having everything together in your mind and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? It's not always about that. It's not always about feeling better. Now we can utilize these things as tools and do what the fuck we need to do to make ourselves feel better if that's what we want for ourselves. You get what I'm saying? But that's not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is just growth. And the ultimate goal is not eliminating these things completely because you're not going to be able to. You get what I'm saying? You're especially if you've been through a lot of shit and especially if you feel things like I just spoke about, you are always going to experience the suffering. You're always going to experience struggling. You're always going to experience waking up and probably fucking wishing you were dead. It's always going to be an uphill battle. It's always going to be a mountain for you to climb. Now, the thing is, by the end of the day, you can be feeling much better than you did when you first woke up. You know what I'm saying? You can climb that mountain, and at the end of the day, you can be in that peaceful, more light in weight, better type of state of being. You get what I'm saying? But in my opinion, I feel like you are always going to experience the suffering. You are always going to experience, like she said, grief, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're always going to experience stuff like that. It's not about eliminating these things. It's just about mitigating the time that you spend in those spaces, aka the time that you allow yourself to be in suffering and in pain and in any type of negative thought and emotion that you don't want to be in. It's just about mitigating that and making it easier for you to deal with, aka just because you're upset at the moment, you're not going to express a bunch of dumb shit. And just because you're upset at the moment, you're not just going to like be mean to a bunch of people in your environment and be extra snarky and rude to motherfuckers just because you are a motherfucker who's experiencing pain and being sad or upset or depressed at the moment. You get what I'm saying? So it's not about running from this shit. It's not about hiding from this shit. She said, I believe in surrendering. Right. It's about surrendering to this shit and mitigating the time in which you are actually in that space. So for example, for me, and this might sound fucking crazy to a lot of y'all. Like this might sound like pure insanity. If we really want to get into the not in the definition of like doing the same thing repetitively and experience it, or doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's like the textbook definition of insanity. I just mean on more of a tip of like how they view motherfuckers in a category of like maybe mental illness or being a crazy individual or some shit like that, or you belong in a mental institution or something. But for me, how it plays out, I used to like harbor on those thoughts and feelings. I used to would get depressed and I would be in the fucking bed for weeks to months at a time, or not be able to do anything and not be able to go anywhere, and fucking damn near even not want to get out the bed to take a shower and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it used to play out for me. But now I'm in a state where I've done so much work on myself that when those things present themselves to me, negative thoughts, negative emotions, even if it's in response to how someone is treating me at the moment, you get what I'm saying? Like I still have certain sensitivities and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So if a person is being a certain way towards me, or I just am getting that thought and feeling imposed upon me, and there's not really anything that I can do about it, I don't spend a very lot of time within that frame. You get what I'm saying? So it would be something like I would go from being pissed off to how somebody's treating me, and then within the frame of like 15 to 20 seconds, it would go from being slightly annoyed to pissed off to extreme rage, and then I would probably cry, and then after I cry, I start to like be sad because I'm even crying in the first place. And this is all within the frame of 15 to 20 seconds, maybe a little bit longer, 30 to 45 seconds. I might even get sad that I cried in the first place, get sad that I was even upset, which make me cry more. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it's just like peace and clarity, especially if I look at myself. If I go into the mirror and I look at myself, it's like, bro, what are you even doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why were you even upset in the first place? Why are you allowing yourself to be hurt? You get what I'm saying? And then after that, it's just pure, unadulterated joy. Um, what do you call it? Confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like just unshaken, completely unshaken. But still, don't forget that I had to go through that time frame of, and it never lasts longer than a minute or so. You get what I'm saying? But still, yet I still had to go through that shit just to get back to where I actually desire to be at, where I actually want to be at, what I actually want to experience as a thought and feeling, and as a emotional resonance that I'm carrying with me throughout the day. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, that might sound very fucking crazy to a lot of y'all. And if you've seen it happen, you would probably think that I'm like legitimately insane. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it'll go from being slightly annoyed to really pissed off to then just like full rage. I might even punch something. I might have to break something or some shit like that. And then after that, I get sad because when this is how it always plays out for me. When I get too raged out and I get too angry, I start crying for some reason. And I just like, I don't know. It's weird. When I get to that rage point, then I have to start crying. And then when I start crying, I get sad because I'm sad. Like it don't make no sense. I get upset because I'm upset. Like it make me sad that I'm even allowing myself to get that pissed off. And then you know what I'm saying? After that, it's like, okay, after that shit wash away, it's like, I don't feel nothing for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like no thought and feeling at all. Like I don't give a fuck about anything at all. And then I just see myself in like the rear view mirror of my car, look into the camera or go into the bathroom, see myself in the mirror. And then I'm like, oh yeah, immediately remember who I am. As soon as I look into my eyes, remember exactly who the fuck I am. Oh yeah, that's not even you. That's just a mood. That's just an emotion. That's just you reacting and responding to the environment. Da 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 da. But there's people who do this shit and play it out on extended time frames, aka you a person could get pissed off by you doing some shit to them and they could carry a grudge with them for fucking a whole day or weeks at a time, and they're just by default in the sentiment of being pissed off for that whole fucking time frame. And that's why people's lives be so fucked up. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. And the people that you see on the internet who are just strictly all peace, happiness, enlightenment all the time, you know what I'm saying? That shit like that, it kind of make me wary of certain individuals like that, because it's like, okay, not only are you lying on the internet, you're clearly lying to yourself. It's impossible for you to be happy all the time. Like I get we need to use these platforms for uplifting individuals, and I get that we need to utilize certain terminologies and word phrasing for our affirmations, especially when we get into making music, because that make it even more powerful and shit like that. I get that a lot of individuals are trying to move themselves out of those spaces of feeling sad and shit like that, but it just at a certain point it become disingenuous to me, because it's like there's no, it's impossible. That's literally impossible. It's not possible for you to be peace and enlightenment all the time. It's impossible for you to be happy all the time. It's impossible for you to be strictly on positive thoughts and feelings all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, especially in this most recent song that I just made. Well, not the most recent one, because the most recent one that I made was the stress my mind joint. The other one that I was just talking about, we climb only to fall. Uh, I'm starting to give more space for those negative emotions. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I want to fucking sit in them, not to say that I want, you get what I'm saying? But that's what kind of help heal it more. So I have to experience that less. You get what I'm saying? Because you know how the game be, bro. And especially if you're a person who has been like an individual that I was just talking about. You come on the internet and you're just happiness all the time, and you just never sad. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. We don't need to be on the internet venting and being fucking sad and shit all the time. But it's like I said, it just become disingenuous at a certain point, and it make me wary of certain individuals, because it's like, yeah, fake it to make it to a certain degree, but at the same time, it's like, man, it just seemed weird to me for some reason. See what the Fresh Say's talking about. I see myself as a positive person, but I still have negative thoughts. The key is to not give in. I lost my brother recently, and I had to deliver a speech on the spot, and I had to be strong. Yeah, facts, exactly. That's exactly what it's about. AKA not letting anyone see you sweat. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, it's not about getting on the internet and being a fucking boohoo pity party, fucking crybaby ass type of shit. You know what I'm saying? We can still be positive individuals. We can still express positivity and shit like that. But at the same time, I feel like people should be honoring those negative spaces too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing about it. We can uplift people all day, but what we have to take into consideration is majority of the world is in more of a negative space than they are a positive space. You get what I'm saying? So majority of the world is not trying to sit here and see a motherfucker who is giving the appearance of being extremely positive and extremely happy all the time. 9 times out of 10, a motherfucker is going to flip off your channel real quick, because it's like, I ain't trying to hear that right now. You aren't speaking to my sensitivities. You aren't speaking to my issues, and I can't relate to you on any level, because I'm not happy in that same type of way. I'm not positive in that same type of way. You get what I'm saying? That's what make it disingenuous to me, and that's where the disconnect is to me. And at the same time, that's where the disconnect is with the majority of the world as well. Because this is the thing about it. We can start to make arguments like oh, we shouldn't be pandering and catering to the world and stuff like this. We should only be in a positive space, and we should only be uplifting the people that the message is meant to get to, the people who are already happy and already on that type of timing. But man, I like that that's a okay argument to have, but at the same time, it's like, we can't forget about everybody else too. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta plant those seeds for the other individuals as well. We gotta let people know, like, yeah, I'm a very positive person. Yeah, I'm a very happy person. Majority of the time, I experience sadness much less, but understand, I still suffer too. Understand, I still hurt as well. I still, you get what I'm saying? I still experience these things, even if I'm happy as fuck majority of the day. I only feel like this when I first wake up, or when something occurs. I have a certain experience that makes me feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? We just need to let motherfuckers know, like, we're all doing the same thing. I'm just like y'all. Y'all could be just like me. Y'all could experience this level of happiness too. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing about it. I don't know if y'all have experienced a lot of this shit, but I've experienced this shit in real life, not on no internet shit. I've met people in real life who will be jealous and not want to listen to me just for the simple fact that I'm happy and they're not. You get what I'm saying? That shit might have went over a lot of y'all's heads. Let's keep it 100. That shit might have went over a lot of y'all's heads. But there are really people out there in this world who would be mad at you and mad at themselves, and 9 times out of 10 would probably take it out on you for the simple fact that, why can't I be as happy as you can? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Grace Anna said same. I think she was talking about that one point that I made a few minutes ago, and she said they get stuck. It's fucked. Like, look around. It's fake as hell. Emotions equals energy and motion. Yeah, exactly. Now that's the thing about it. We're not meant to sit here and fucking be happy all the time, but we're meant to stop the motion of that negative shit. You're meant to essentially put restrictions and boundaries, put some Saturn energy around the times when you do have those negative thoughts and feelings. Direct it where you want it to go. You get what I'm saying? And utilize it through some type of creative outlet, or like I told y'all before, if you got to go fucking pay to go to like a rage room or some shit like that and just break a whole bunch of some other motherfucker shit, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But it don't need to be something that we are allowing to take root within us, and we're constantly watering it, aka now we're agreeing with every negative thought, we're agreeing with every negative emotion, and that starts to become our disposition. You get what I'm saying? And that starts to be us. Essentially, we start to self-identify with it and just be like, oh, I'm a depressed individual. I'm depressed at the moment. I'm angry at the moment. I have anger issues. You get what I'm saying? Because these are all affirmations that we tell ourselves. Everything that we do in this life is a ritual and spell. You get what I'm saying? So that's the shit that perpetuates it, and the way that you mitigate it is by not agreeing, not self-identifying with that shit. You have to kill those, but not in the sense of thinking that by me killing this thought or killing this emotion that I'm not going to experience that anymore. Like, bitch, you still going to be sad. You still going to be angry. You still going to deal with all the negative shit because you're able to get so high. You're able to like, you don't even need, like me. I'm literally crackhead energy right now. Like y'all see it all the time. I talk fast. I'm fucking uppity. You get what I'm saying? I'm dead ass sober right now. I ain't drinking nothing but a bottle of water and hitting some fucking nicotine. I ain't smoked a lick of weed. I ain't drank a fucking drop of alcohol. I'm just naturally like this, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not complicated. It's very fucking easy. It's just about having self-control at the end of the day. That's what I see majority of the world struggling with. Poor impulse control. That play out internally and externally. You get what I'm saying? Poor impulse control. So this is the thing. You've become comfortable with the suffering. You've become familiar with the pain. You've become akin to it. You get what I'm saying? So when that shit presents itself to you, you start to have a negative thought and emotion. It's like attractive to you in some type of way. So that's where the impulse control issue come in. You just gonna be impulsed off of that. Same way you would be a person who have addictive personality and shit like that, and you have poor impulse control. Same way as if a motherfucker come around you and they turn up a bottle of alcohol. Same way as if a motherfucker come around you and they light up that fucking spliffy McJiffy. Same way as if a motherfucker come around you and they snoring cocaine, bitch. It's the exact same shit. It just play out on a thought and feeling level. You get what I'm saying? It's the exact same shit. Motherfuckers just don't know what they be doing. And the world is so fucked up down here. Life is so fucked up down here that the indoctrination and the therapists and the doctors and all this shit have taught y'all that y'all can't have control over this shit. And you're just stuck. You're just stuck feeling that way until that emotion want to leave, until those thoughts want to leave. But you got to understand, you're the one watering it. You're the one perpetuating that thought and feeling. You are the one that is making that your disposition. You're identifying with it. You're saying that this is the way that I am. You're identifying with the trauma. You're identifying with the pain. And this is just who I am. And this is the way that I am. And it's never going to change. You know what I'm saying? It is going to change, but you're not going to eliminate it completely. All you can do is shorten the time frame in which you have to experience that. And like I said, this shit might sound fucking crazy to y'all. If y'all seen me actually play this out in real life, when I get like that and I get to, if I'm hurt by somebody, the first response is going to be being annoyed because I feel like I'm not being heard. You know what I'm saying? Like when a motherfucker is not trying to respect me or not so much to say that a motherfucker need to walk around eggshells around me or tiptoe around all my sensitivities and shit like that. It's not to say that, but when a motherfucker is like not listening to me, not respecting me, I have certain needs and shit like that. And that's not to say that everybody need to meet my needs either. Like I don't necessarily give a fuck about that, but you making me feel unheard, you disrespecting me in some type of way. My first reaction is gonna be to start getting annoyed. You know what I'm saying? And the more that you do that, the more that I'm gonna get pissed off. And then when I get pissed off, I'm gonna reach my breaking point. The more that you keep pushing me and backing me into a corner and shit, I'm gonna reach my breaking point, and then I'm gonna rage the fuck out. Now, that's not to say that I'm gonna hit you. That's not to say that I'm gonna domestic violence my girlfriend or some shit like that. No, nothing like that. But still, I'm gonna get to that fucking full intensity of rage. Y'all do not understand the level of rage and intensity that I get to when I get like this. When I get to that point, I might have to break something. Either that or I'm just going to be like crawling in my own fucking skin. It's fully from head to toe, just pure fire and shit. And then I'm just going to start crying. And it don't make no sense. But like I said, this shit play out within the framework of 1 minute tops. And after that minute's over, I just look back at myself and I'm like, okay, like, you the shit. Why are you tripping? You know what I'm saying? And then it's over and I'm back to peace, happiness, and being fine. Either that or just feeling nothing and being cool with it. You know what I'm saying? So is what it is. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Shout out to everybody who came in and commented. And Fresh Sage, man. Big respect to you. Shout out for the most recent features. You know what I'm saying? And also, sorry for your loss, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know how shit like that feel. You know what I'm saying? It's not exactly easy to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So sorry for your loss. Take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. You already know motherfuckers is in a better space, but definitely way better than anything they gonna experience here. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they had you around them to guide them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just take all things into consideration. Much love to everybody. Y'all take it easy. I'm gonna hop off this bitch. Peace.